What is going on, my stock market bulls and bears? I am your host, Terry, and welcome to my channel, baby. Buy the dip. Let's go. All right, guys, we're here talking about that ticker symbol, BBIG. It's been a couple days since we talked about it, but we got some fantastic updates on what I believe can possibly turn into another potential squeeze down the road. Now, we don't know if this is going to be this week, next month. We don't know. But I got some interesting information to share with you guys today. So make sure you smash the thumbs up, check out the links down below, and let's get to the video. All right, so Bbig ended Friday at $7.98. And I like this under $8. If I'm buying this stock under $8, I'm happy because I feel like there's good risk versus reward buying this under $8. And I want to say congratulations, whoever bought the dip down here at 710, low sevens. I think you're going to be pretty good in that position. Now, when the stock ran up and it was slowly coming down, I did sell some of my position out and take profits. That's what we got to do. And now it's back on the dip, so I can rebuy it back in and get it at a lower price again. So that's what you want to do, man. This is this stock does have potential. I'm not as long on this stock as I am like METATERRY, ticker symbol MMAT. So METATERRY, I'm not selling. I hold that stock through the rocky roads, man. But this stock here, I'm going to trade it. If it shoots up really high, I'm going to sell some out, keep some on the back burner. And if it goes up more, sell out some more. But if it, drops back down, I'll hang on to what I got. But anyway, let's get into this information. So the first thing I want to talk about, someone here on Reddit, in the BBIG Reddit room, guys, shared some interesting information. And I know this is true because I've seen other stocks, pictures on Reddit of other stocks and on Stock Twits, and I've seen other YouTubers talk about this. Fidelity is out there reaching out to, us retail investors that own certain stocks. I've seen this with Tattooed Chef, and now I'm seeing it with Bbig. And look at this gentleman's post here. Vegan Hippo posted 1 hour ago in the Bbig room. And Bbig Fidelity, no shares are left. They emailed me asking to lend my shares. Interest is very good. Is this moon time? Supply and demand, everyone. And let's click on this. And it says here, Fidelity, you are eligible to apply for full paid lending. Your in-demand securities, here are the securities you own are currently in demand for lending along with their current annualized lending interest rates. These securities and interest rates do change. It is important to note that the enrollment in the program does not guarantee that your shares will be borrowed. So here you go. Current interest rate, 41.25%. And the hypothetical monthly income would be $2,447. Now, that is pretty good interest rate. Where are you going to go into any lending place or any bank and get 41% interest on your investment? That is phenomenal. But what does that also tell us, guys? Bbig shares are hard to get, and Fidelity's trying to get some because they got probably people wanting to buy them, borrow them, short them. And here's the other page on it. Earn income by lending your securities. With Fidelity's full paid lending program, you can earn monthly income by lending securities that are in demand in the securities lending market. Here's how it works. Enroll for free in full paid lending program. Lend your in-demand securities to Fidelity. Accrue income daily and receive payments at the end of the month. So there is some of the screenshots there. I think that is awesome. Now, like I said, for them to do that, there has to be something brewing up, guys. So I know we talked about on one of my meta videos about how Ehor said that there still is squeeze potential, but it's not as big as someone like Clover, METATERRY. But when Ehor was talking about Bbig had about 9 million shorted shares. Now, if we go here to, let me go back here, sorry guys. Yeah, right here. On the Premium Fintel website, since Ehor had that interview, we're now up to 11.6 million shares. So there's about 2.6 more million shares shorted on the short interest. Now, here's a post that Ehor did on his Twitter account back on the 3rd, just 2 days ago. And the Bbig short interest was 76 million. The 9.49 shares were shorted. That was on the 3rd. So that lets us to believe if he's saying here on the 3rd, there was 9.49, so 9.5 million shares were shorted, but now Fintel is saying 11.6. So you're saying over 2.1 million shares are added to this short position in a matter of hours on that day, and we're going to go over that information here as well. So I'm starting to get excited again about Bbig because the short interest is growing. That's what we want to see. And if you looked here on eHorse chart, this line right here, you can see the short interest was 10 million. It went up to 12 million. It kind of laid flat around 12 million, and it was going back down. It was down here to 9 million, 9.5 million shorted shares. But now, if he did an updated chart, it would be going up. That is exactly what we want to see. So it says 18.34% of the short interest to float, 15.5% of the S3 short interest to float. It's going to cost them 77.32% fee if they want to short the stock. Shares shorted are down 2 million, worth 14 million. Negative 15.53% over the last weeks. And get this, guys, the shorts are down $54 million in 2021 mark-to-market losses, including negative $95,000 on today's plus 0.12% move. So overall, from last eHorse update, the shorts are still down this overall position, $54 million. And he said when he did this analysis on his chart here, that was 77.32%. We're going to scroll down here and take a look at this. So on Fidelty, short squeeze scores a 97.24. They are Bbig is ranked number 4 out of 5,500 stocks. The shorted shares available on a leading prime brokerage, updated 5 minutes ago, was 100,000 shares left. Look at this. The borrower fee went up since even 5 minutes ago this updated. 79.67% for the shorts to cover the stock. Now, that makes sense. If the shorts are paying 79.67% to short the stock, doesn't that make sense on why Fidelity here would pay us 41.2%? Because they're getting off about, I don't know, 40% cheaper. So instead of them going to short the stock at 76 or whatever percent I said there, they can borrow these shares from retail investors and pay 41.25%. So they're cutting it down by like 40%. So that is how they're going to be able to do that. Instead of paying almost 80% on that, they're going to pay 41%. And hopefully Fidelity, they're hoping Fidelity can get us some shares so they can do it that way. So that makes sense, guys. They want to cut down what they're paying. Yeah, almost 80% on the short, so 45%. We go here and look at the FINRA short volume ratio for Friday the 3rd was 45.15%. Combined short volume ratio was 45.38%. And the combined total volume was over 92.2 million shares were shorted on Friday. Now, I went in here to the short entries. I got the short transactions, guys, and these numbers do get me excited again for Bbig's potential because it shows the shorts are loading up again. On Friday, September 3rd, the total short sale transactions was 2,247 transactions. The total shares shorted, 3,256,704 shares were shorted. The total dollar amount of shares shorted, they are trying, guys, they are trying. $25,637,621.34. The shorts like doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down on Friday, shorting the hell out of the stock. I got the charts down here for you as well. I'd like to point out a couple of the key ones here. One person shorted over 25,000 shares. This was a 25,000 share short attack. This one here was 28,000 shares shorted, one single transaction. So I think that's the biggest one that I do see. And like that one that did 25,000 shares shorted, they spent over $200,000. This person here spent over $200,000. And the biggest one, short position we see, they spent $238,000 to short the stock on one single transaction, guys. So those are some key people trying to beat the stock down. So this is a very interesting post here about Fidelity reaching out to retail investors. So comment down below, guys, if you got an email from Fidelity asking you to borrow your shares and pay that interest rate. That is very interesting. There is one last thing here I wanted to cover. I know I had to give you all the Bbig update, and I'm getting excited again about Bbig. I think we're in the right direction. We want to see those amount of shares keep climbing. We don't want it to stop. We want it to get to 20 million shares shorted. We want it to get to 30 million shares shorted. We want it to keep climbing. Like when you look at MMAT, it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up every single day. And you may have a slight pullback, but then when MMAT gets a pullback on the shorted shares, it just goes back up. And that's exactly what we want to see with Bbig. If you see the Bbig shorted shares stay flat and they start to go down, that's not really going to help us. But we can see from the last chart, it was laying flat, it went down, and as it was coming down, the shorts started piling in again, and I think the short interest of shares are going up over 2 million and some on that Friday alone. So here we go. I've got a post here by Minimum Schedule and why Bbig will gamma squeeze. There are over 1 million call options for Bbig. Once we get to $20, almost all of them be in the money. One contract is equivalent to 100 shares. Over 1 million call contracts is equivalent to 100 million shares. The short float is over 50%. When over 100 million shares are exercised, the shorts will be forced to cover, lending the gamma squeeze. The gamma squeeze will bring unimaginable heights, 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 90s, 100, etc. Bbig. So I don't know if I want to say it's going to go that high. That is, I mean, I would love it to. I'd be happy to get $40 out of it. I don't know if we're going to see like what support had, SPRT. I don't know, but if I'm buying in here at $8 and I can like double money or get up to even $12 or some kind of big profit, 50% profit, I'm happy. You know, I'm not out here to make, you know, millions off one single transaction. I want to get them 50%, 100%, 200% at a time. So maybe we could get the 20 bucks on this, man. It is possible, but I just don't want you all, if this thing runs up, do not be afraid to take profits, guys. I don't know if I'm convinced on this one long term as I am like metamaterials. Now, for me, if metamaterials runs up crazy, I'm probably not selling it. I'm not going to sell it because I'm long on metamaterials. But this one here is going to be an NFT play. So probably if this one spikes up, I will cash out. I'm just being transparent with you guys, my plan. I will cash out and I'll rebuy on the dip, and that's what I'm going to do. That is my plan to be big. Same thing with SPRT and all these other kind of short interest stocks. If they run up 40, 50%, I'm going to sell out part of the position and reassess it from there. So just being transparent, that is my plan. Like I said, don't be afraid to take profits because you never lose if you take profits. And hope you enjoyed this Bbig update. If you did, smash the thumbs up. Check out the links down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.